Okay, hello guys. Today we are going to start with our podcast. It's going to be about academic life and working life. We all know that we struggle with these things. It's something that we need to do. Let's start with it. I'm just going to introduce my teammates here. In this case, I have Brian Pereira, I have Jose, Pablo,
Hello.
Sofia, Alejandra, and Anna. We are going to start with some experiences we have had and some tips that maybe have helped us. So, let's start. In this case, just something that I do so I can work and study at the same time is try to be focused. I always try to write down everything I have on my mind so I don't get confused with everything. Because if I don't write down my ideas, I don't know what would I do. So that's something I do. I really recommend you to maybe have an agenda or something else in which you can write down your ideas or maybe every assignment you have so you can be like more calm. And I don't know if some of you have maybe an experience or some other tip that we can use.
Well, being organized is always good. You know, um, what you were saying, to use an agenda or a calendar. These tools helps to have a clear idea of what activities we have to do, or if we have some meetings, some exams, or what we have to deliver. Have an agenda or a calendar is a really good tip.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. There are also several activities we can do. Something that I also really recommend you to do is to do something that you really like doing. For example, for me, it is running. Whenever I feel that I am like very stressed with all my assignments or my job, I don't know, what I do is that I just put on my sneakers and go running. It just helps me to distress. I feel better when I do it. So whenever I come back to my house, I started doing my assignments and I feel very different. Maybe there is something for you that works maybe the same way or very similar. I don't know if you can share it with us.
Sure, I would like to share with you, and I know that all of us have a lot of things to do, different assignments. We need to work, we have a family, we are studying now. And in my case, I have a full time job, but I need to take care of my family. But also, I need to take care of my job, and I need to take care of my house as well. So sometimes I think, well, life is not a bowl of cherries, and when I realize everything becomes so difficult. But I agree with you. Definitely, I agree with you because something that I can do to feel better is to go outside of my house, change my environment, and I can go for a walk, or I can stand up for a little while from my chair and make some stretches and make some exercise. So this can help me to change my mind. And something that helps me a lot is to share time with my family. I think that my family makes me feel full of energy again, and I'm ready to start all over again.
Sure, that sounds great. So maybe you, Pablo, you can share something with us, something that maybe can help us so we can handle our life.
Yeah, sure, definitely. I would like to share my experience because I had a lot of time that I not study. Actually, I decided to start out, and it was really hard for me because I was only working for a lot of time. And definitely, we need to learn how to handle our time, how to spend our time on that board, how to accomplish all the goals and all the requirements at work, because this is something that we need to pay our bills, or participate in our activities, funny activities, or something like that. But at the same time, we need to try to do something better. So that's the reason that all of us we decide to continue study and start this new challenge. For me, I think now that I have the opportunity to study on Saturdays, that I don't have a free time. I don't have a day off, so I'm trying to. The only day that I have on Sundays, I know that there are people that doesn't have. For lucky, I have it. Try to do something different to change my mind. For example, go out with my family, go to the movie, go to the park, go to eat something different to the restaurants, have fast food, something like that. I think that it's helped me a lot to try to not be a lot of stressful with all the activities that I need to do right now. What I can tell you that is not easy, but it's something that you can do if would you like to reach different goals on your life, personal lives, labor lives. And believe me that when you start a new challenge, I think that you have to do everything as possible and make your part to go to the end.
Okay, great. So yeah, that I totally agree with you. We all know that we have some needs that we need to fulfill. For example, in this case, we talked about family, friends. Well, it's also very important to enjoy our free time. So I don't know if you want to say something else. So you want to share with us?
Well, in case with my friends, for the time, I think this is my point of view that I haven't studied. I think that I had a lot of time to do it, and now that I decide to continue, it's time to do it. I know that I'm not going to do all those things, but it's something that it's going to help me in the future to do something different, because all of us we do different types of jobs. We have different type of jobs. For example, there are a lot of teachers, others maybe works in a call center, or others do different activities. But I think at the end, this is time to study and try to do hard, try to do a lot of sacrifice, because nothing is easy. And I think that when you really work hard for something that what you like, at the end you feel good to reach the goal.
Yeah, and in order to that, that maybe be like easier to be overstressed with that if you don't control it. If you don't control it, if you are not organized or have a good organization or clear what our tasks are, we may be or overstressed. So we will need to balance our life and our work, and that's the hard thing of this. That's the difficulty of working and studying at the same time, and having to be with your family. You know, as you were saying, that's one of the difficult things. So having this like tips are really helpful. And one tip that I would like to give you all and all the people who's watching us or listening to us is to take some rest between tasks. You know, it's always helpful to take a 5 or 10 minutes break between study hours, because it can improve our concentration and allows us to start with more energy the next time. Or if we are in our work, or it's time to change from work to study, that lapses of 5 to 10 minutes of having a break are always really useful.
That I would like to add as well is that sometimes we don't take into account that our mental health is so important. We only take into account that physical health is the most important, but let me tell you that mental health is important as well. Sometimes we are so stressful and we feel bad but we don't know why. And we do not realize that it is because we are so stressful. So I think that it's time to take care of ourselves so we can practice all these tips that we are sharing with you so we can feel better.
I would like to share something about mental health. Uh, Anna was talking about that, and I think that yeah, it's so important because uh, I have anxiety, and now that I'm working and studying at the same time, I feel more anxious. But I know that I can control that by doing something that I enjoy, like riding my bicycle or sharing some time with my twin brother. I think that yeah, we have to do our best in order to achieve our goals. But I think that there is a balance, and we can do everything that we want to. Just we have to organize ourselves.
Nice, and that's one way to really like calm your anxiety, or have some chill, you know, because it's always needed, you know, to relax ourselves, our minds, and our body, as Anna was saying too, to pay attention to our health. That's really easy to like unattended, because we don't usually think in how's our health. And when we are working and studying, our concentration is in our tasks and not in how our bodies are, how our health is. So we have to be really careful with that if we don't want to like get stuck in the middle because of an illness or a sickness.
Okay, great. So maybe Anna or Sophia, do you want to share something with us? Maybe some thoughts you have?
Yes. Well, this is for me the first time that I'm working and studying at the same time. So it has been a little difficult to me to organize, because if I have everything in my mind, I feel so anxious and I don't like it. So I need to write down every idea, and I definitely need to make an agenda. And I start with the most difficult things to the easier one. So that makes me feel like calmer, knowing what I have to do, because I need to make a list, first step, second step, third step, and it helps me a lot. I also try to take, well, if I have the possibility to take some snaps, because I need to relax. I like drinking coffee. I like drinking coffee. It makes me feel really happy. So if I notice that I'm feeling really stressed, or maybe I don't know, like sad or something like that, I have my cup of coffee always with me, as I have now. So it helps me a lot. I try when I'm doing my homework or doing some work, I like to listen to music. When I want to feel relaxed, I like to listen to some classical music. But when I need more energy, I try to listen to a different kind of music. And I have my schedule, and on Monday, from Monday to Saturday, I have a full agenda, and I take my time to check my students' homeworks, to do my homeworks, to do something related to the university or related to my job. But on Sunday, that is my day for me, for my family, to rest, to take my time. And during the week, well, I try to take my time to spend the time with my family as well. And you mentioned something that it's really difficult to me. I'm not an athletic person, so it is really hard to me. I all the time sitting in my chair, or if I stand up just to to stretch my arms, my legs, and then I go to my bed, and then I stand up again. I come back to my chair, but I don't have the exercise. I don't have that time in my schedule, and well, that's not a good thing.
Like the
You
willpower.
need to your time. It is important to take your time to exercise, but it is something that is really hard to me. I don't know how you do that if you like it, but I don't. So that's for me.
Yeah, it's not easy, you know. It's not easy. For me, I really like to do exercises, but it's not easy. More if we just have like long journeys and too much work. So when night comes, the least thing that you want to do is exercise. But it really
All
helps
about
you.
discipline.
Yeah, exactly. And you were talking about setting priorities, right? Like have a list of priorities, and that's really helpful. And maybe exercise must be one of these. If we are working and studying, you know, at the same time, because stress is really harmful for our bodies.
Yeah,
What do you
because
think?
we are tired.
I would like to tell you, Sophie, this is not only you. There are a lot of people who don't have the time to exercise. But I would like to share with you some tips. Maybe you are sitting on your chair, but you can stretch your arms, you can move your legs, you can move your head. So this is going to help you. We don't need a long time to make exercises. We don't know to use a special outfit. Here we can move ourselves, and you will see that this is going to work for you.
You work out your arm when you move your cup of coffee now.
I need to change my cup of coffee from some exercise. Yeah, that's
You
true.
need a heavier copy.
Huh? I
need a
have to take
heavier.
my coffee while I exercise. Okay, that's a good thing.
A double-sized cup. What do you think, Alejandra?
Oh, okay, thank you. I think that we should maintain a balance in our time, analyzing how we are investing in our time. For example, writing in notebook or diary. That is important. What we do daily to be able to see everything more clearly. That's my talk. Thanks.
Well, actually, one of the things that I think that is helped us now is that all the technology since the pandemic, COVID-19 started, that we didn't have to move to a place, to the St. Carlos University. We have the chance to stay at home and get our classes from home. I think that this is one of the advantages, because when I had to go to a specific place, when I stuck on the traffic, it's made me stress a lot. It was something horrible. So I think for that part, I feel really relaxed. I have to wake up a little more late, and sometimes you don't have to turn on your camera, so you feel free to pay attention, and that's something that it's really good for me. Something that I forgot for the part when you start to study is to meet new people. This is something new that you have the chance to share with the people that you never imagined to meet in your life. How funny is sometimes when you have to do with a group tasks, because you share different opinions. You sometimes we feel that we're really tired, but you made the date for another person, make you funny or make a joke or something like that. And this is really interesting for me, that this is something that I forgot when I had a lot of time that I studied. And actually, one of the benefits is that I think that for the new technology, it's you can connect anywhere, because at the same time, I think that it's really stressful, because you don't have to do only one thing at the same time. Because when we at home, sometimes you have to start to do another things that you don't have to do. But we think that we need to take our time to assign different tasks. For example, when you are working, you have to focus only on working. When you out of work, you have to do different things. When you're a student, you have to focus only on student. And this is something that is going to help you not to merge the different activities that you're going to do at the same time. I think that you have to do one at a time. And I think that before that, it was really hard for me. It's that I was thinking what I have to do on the next date. But I think that I have to focus only on the one date at a time. It's feel me really relaxed, that I don't have to think in the future and try to organize like my teammates states. That is going to help you a lot, that you can continue and reach at the end the goals that you need to get.
Okay, great. Thank you so much for your insight, Pablo. Well, I think it's time to wrap this up. In this case, yeah, we talked about working life, our free time. We know that working and study at the same time is very difficult. So, yeah, one of the main advice we give you is to, first of all, create your priorities. For some of us, it may be family or your work or your studies. So please focus on one thing at a time. Enjoy your free time, enjoy your family, your friends, and also enjoy your studying, because it's something really amazing that we are able to learn every day with every single class. We grow as a person, and well, that's very awesome. And well, I don't know if some of you want to add something else.
No, just don't lose our next podcast, because we're gonna be talking more about this, or maybe some other tips to handle it in a better way, or maybe some other things to help us to be like more relaxed or chiller in our ways.
Okay, great. So please stay tuned, and we are going to upload our next episode on the next week. So thank you so much for listening to us and watching us. So bye.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye.